Welcome to another episode of Crypto Cliffnotes, guys. We have a super exciting one. We got someone, an individual. His name is Eden from Dead Rabbits. How you doing, man? How's your day going, bro?
I'm doing good, man. A lot of people know me as Button in the space. My real name's Eden. Call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late to dinner. It's
Awesome,
yeah.
man. So tell us, a little bit about yourself, how you got into, cryptos, NFTs, that sort of things, and what role you play with the Dead Rabbits.
Yeah. So back in 2020, very beginning of 2020, I had a friend who told me about some cryptocurrencies and was telling me about staking and how you can make money and you get money and you lock it up, but then they pay you every month and I thought it was a pretty cool concept. So I dabbled with some Ethereum altcoins and a couple months later I found out about NFTs. And so I bought an Ethereum NFT. It didn't do very well. It tanked, and then I couldn't even post it for sale and get back part of my money because the gas fees were too high. It was going to be like a $60 gas fee to post it, and I didn't have $60 in ETH to pay for the gas fee to post it. So I was like, "This is a scam. I'm out. I'm never doing NFTs again." And then maybe 3 or 4 months later, I'm like scrolling YouTube and the algorithm shows me this video where it's like, yeah, if you experience high gas fees, well, that's not a problem here. Come check out Cardano NFTs. And I was like, that's okay. So I looked into it and I bought a couple. I bought, I think, a high stake. I bought a stick frick. And then I minted Tiger Society. And that was my first, like, we're dropping on this day. We're gonna send Ada to an address and we're gonna get an NFT. And from that weekend on, I was hooked. And so I spent the next I want to say that was September. And so I spent the next like 3 months like hanging out in the space, buying NFTs, flipping NFTs, trading NFTs. And that's when I met the Dead Rabbits founder. I found them on Twitter. They were hosting a scavenger hunt for whitelist spots very early on. I think they had maybe 4 or 5 followers. And so I talked to them. I was like, "Do you guys have Discord? Like, what's going on? The art is really cool. Let's see what's going on." And he's like, "No, we don't." And I was like, "Well, I'm happy to help you." And so I helped them set up Discord. We got it all up and running, ready to invite people in. And then we had some more conversations, and they ultimately brought me on as community manager. And so I'm part of the core team. I help run all of our online events. I manage collaborations, and I, yeah, I do interviews and Twitter Spaces and PR.
Nice.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome how you came into it. So we actually started in with ETH NFTs too, and then the gas fee started going crazy, and then we got into Solana, and there's so many rugs over there. We got rugged a couple times, so
Oh, yeah.
we felt the same way. We're like, damn, we can't catch a break, and then we got into Cardano NFTs, and it was like, damn, the community one was amazing, supportive. We actually minted Clay Nation. That's where we started.
Okay.
And then kind of just went from there. And then finding Dead Rabbits for me, I actually minted them right off bat. I flipped them, and then I recently just got another one because I thought it was I think the price that it's at right now is pretty low, so I was like, you know what, I gotta pick one up. But it's super exciting that you started from basically the bottom and now you're here. You came from being one of, you said, what, 5 followers at the time, and now
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Especially with a project like that, you got to see the transformation to where they are now. That's awesome. Pat, I'm gonna let you take the next one.
Yeah, so how about why don't we just go over like from the very beginning, like the basics, your quantity, when the mint around the mint date, something like that, what you guys
Yeah.
minted for, current floor price, stuff like that.
Yeah. So we minted in April. We were actually originally supposed to mint in March, and we had some issues with our dev team and the people who were handling it. And so thankfully, it was actually one of the best things that happened to us. We announced to the community, hey, like we're gonna have to delay. We were really expecting it to be a bigger deal than it was, and everybody was so supportive. It was really great. They were like, we're super thankful that you're taking your time, you're not rushing it, you're not gonna screw the whole project over with a bad mint. And it gave us the opportunity to work with the Secret Goat Society and their mint team, and it was absolutely amazing. So we minted on April 20th, was our waitlist mint, and then the 21st was our regular mint. We sold out in 22 seconds. We minted for 56 ADA. Current floor price, it's somewhere between 300 and 400. I don't know exactly. We don't focus on the floor very much because one of our big philosophies is people are going to do what they have to do with their NFTs, and everybody's in a different place, right? Some people bought $1,000 worth of ADA when it was a penny, and they have a bunch of ADA and they can kind of do whatever they want. Other people bought it when it was $3 and they're struggling, and then everybody's in a different place in life, right? Like for me, 300, 400, 500 ADA, it's like, okay, I got a nice meal, I get to go out I can take someone out on a date, like whatever. But for somebody else, it's like that's rent money and grocery money, and it's going to feed your family for a week. So we're big advocates for letting people do what they want with their assets. We can't control what they do, and so it's one of those things that all we can really do is provide value and continue to follow through on the things that we said we've done, and we've done it so far. Every single thing that we've had on our V1 roadmap has been completed or is in the process to be completed. So
do you want to touch base just a little bit on that? Some of the things you've already caught up onto the roadmap, and then maybe go into one or two of your next steps or the ones you're still working on?
Yeah, so I can't share too much about Roadmap V2. We're still finalizing some details, and we're gonna roll it out over the next couple weeks and months. We're really excited about it, though. A lot of big things coming for Dead Rabbits, but so we started with Hunt for the Rabbit Ronin, one of our alien rabbit gods. We have 6 one-of-ones in the collection, and so one of them was a prize for first of its kind treasure hunt. Most treasure hunts, I've seen a couple in the space. There are some that are done well, and from my experience, the majority of them are like, all right, we're gonna make a 7-clue question hunt, and each one's really easy to solve, so that we can, give away some things and say like, oh, we did this on our roadmap. And then at the end of the day, they're like, all right, that was it, congratulations, good job. This took teams of people weeks to solve this puzzle. We had people in our Discord going crazy. I had people DMing me every day like, I think I'm so close, I got it. Like, people were doing some national treasure type shit. It was awesome. We had I know Secret Goats had a channel in their Discord. They were trying to solve it and find it, and ultimately it was a team of 5 or 6 people that came together to win it, and they jointly own it at the moment. So that was the first thing, was Hunt for the Rabbit Ronin. Then the Dead event, which is an online and IRL event for Dead Rabbit holders. There's 3 levels to it, and so level 1 and level 2 are completed. Level 1 was node keys. We did a worldwide treasure hunt, IRL. We would drop coordinates all over the world: Detroit, Chicago, London, Bangkok, Singapore, all over, global. I think we hit every continent. I might be wrong about that, but Australia, all over. And so people would go to these GPS coordinates and they'd have to find a node key. And then if they found a node key, they won a ticket to the next roadmap event, which was Day of the Rabbit Supreme. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. Then after the IRL event, where we did over 20 cities worldwide, we had Dead Boxes, which was completely online. IRL stuff is awesome. We absolutely love it, and it's a huge blast. But one of the problems is, if you live in, Wisconsin in the middle of the woods, there's probably not an IRL event super near you. We try to be as strategic as we can, and we had people travel, right? I had one person tell me he drove 4.5 hours to Atlanta 3 days in a row. Damn. It was crazy. And so we tried to make it so that if it was in a place and you had a little bit of a heads up, you could plan to go there for the day and try to hunt for it. But, it's not realistic to put one in, Springfield, Ohio, or wherever. Right. And so doing an online event was really important to us because it let everyone participate, no matter where you live, no matter what you do. And so we competed over the course of 5 weeks in teams and individual competitions. And then the top 50 winners win a dead box. And so we finished that. We have the top 50, and we're in the process of getting the boxes ready to ship out. I'm really excited. Nobody knows what's in the box yet. And it's great. People have been asking what's in the box for months, and we're not going to tell them until they get them in their hands and they get to see them. So,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And then Dead Hideouts is level 3. It's the last stage of the Dead event, and signups are live now. If you're a Dead Rabbits holder, you can sign up. It is an IRL event. This one takes place in Portland, Oregon, and we have 2 others that will take place probably not in the US, but locations aren't announced for it yet. That's one of the reasons why we're still figuring out CNFTCon, is making sure that those dates kind of line up and let us do what we want to do. But it's a 2-day long IRL adventure with some awesome prizes. Some of the hand-built rabbits from the dev wallet are going to be prizes. And so people are going to compete on this adventure against other teams, IRL, over the course of 2 days. We're really excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome. And that actually happens in, I think, 9 days, the end of August. So that was the Dead event. The next thing was Day of the Rabbit Supreme, which, man, was I excited about. So we had 333 Rabbit Supremes. The only way to get them was to burn 2 dead rabbits. So, and you had to have a ticket. That's how we chose who the 333 were, is we gave away tickets, right? You have 333 of the thing. Not everybody's going to be able to participate. And so we wanted to make it as fair as possible. So we gave away tickets through community events like the Dead event. I ran an event called the Jamanan Synod, where everybody competed on big teams against each other. And then the participating members of the winning team were entered into a raffle. And the winner of the raffle won a ticket to the Day of the Rabbit Supreme. And so we gave away all the tickets, and that actually happened last week. Supremes are now on the blockchain, and they look sweet. Some of them have laser eyes. Some of them have wolf masks. We have one that's got like a Raiden hat from Mortal Kombat. They look so sweet. And so I'm really excited about Rabbit Supremes. I actually changed my profile picture to my Rabbit Supreme. And one of the Supreme events that we have going on right now, the entire CNFT community, anybody can partake. You don't have to be a rabbit holder. You just have to want to participate. It's called the Hunt for 237. In our lore, Jeb, who's our founder, writes all over our lore. It's absolutely amazing. If you like reading or fantasy or world building, I highly recommend you check it out. I'm not much of a reader. I'm really big into world building, but I prefer it through like movies and shows. And it's got me sitting here like reading. I'm not one to sit and read, but it's got me hooked. It's insane. This man's like a smith with words. So in our lore, Supreme number 237 is like a main character. I won't give too much detail for people who want to find out themselves. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But there's a treasure hunt going on right now. All the clues are out. All the ciphers are there. You just have to find them. They're not too hard to find, but nobody's found it yet. And people have been hunting since the day we minted last week. So that's cool. Exciting. That's live now. And then the last thing on our roadmap after the Dead event, level 3, is the Wild Dead Nomikai, which is a riot that we're going to host. We're still working out the final details of it, whether it's going to be online, in person, how we're going to do it. And then people who attend the Wild Dead Nomikai are going to be eligible for a exclusive Dead Rabbits bone drop. We're going to drop skeletal bones, but there's only 50 of them. And so you have to attend to be eligible, and then it's going to be random from there.
That's cool.
So
keep it exciting.
Yeah. We have a lot going on. It's crazy. But man, am I excited. It's never been a better time to be a Dead Rabbit.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, I really like the the IRL stuff. You know, that's super interesting. A lot of projects don't do that stuff. You know, they don't do the treasure hunts in real life. You know, I think that's super exciting. It throws a twist to the project, and I think it's super exciting. But while we're here talking about some of the utility behind the rabbits, is there any other utility that you guys have for any newcomers that are looking into this project? Is there any excuse me, is there any other utility that we haven't gone over yet, other than these events and the lures and finding number 237 and other stuff like that? Is there any other utility?
Yeah, so utility is a really interesting concept that we actually talk about a lot, right? Because I think if you ask the average NFT user to say, well, what is utility? They'd probably say, well, I want to stake it and I want to get a token for it and I want airdrops. That's utility. But when you talk about what utility is in itself, it just means that it gives you access to something, right? Like it gives you the opportunity to do something with it, whatever that means. And a lot of projects, they drop a token for the sake of dropping a token because it's a deliverable that they can do, right? And so you get a bunch of this token that doesn't do anything, doesn't have any real use case, but you feel really good because you got something for free. uh, or it gives you access to a Discord channel that nobody talks in, and that's utility. And so for us, one of the things that we're really focused on is the idea of hype versus value and what value it provides. Because I can say, yeah, we have tons of utility. It gives you access to the Dead Warrens, right, which is a holders only chat. But it's like if you don't want a holders only chat, that doesn't do you any good. I could tell you a bunch of things. And we do have some more passive utility coming for Roadmap 2.0 that I can't go in just yet because we're still pinning down the details. But yeah, I'd say a lot of our value comes from our online events and games that we do. We have some awesome prizes, and for the most part, the only way to participate in them is to be a rabbit holder. I think to date, as far as prizes go, we've given away like 600K worth of NFTs, right? We gave away 333 of the Day of the Rabbit Supreme tickets. Those were like 2K each. We've started giving away mole keys for Roadmap 2.0, the Mole Federation Army, and we're excited. Recently, so in the lore, the moles are kind of like the villain. I would say they're against the rabbits, and so we've been dealing with some mole problems as of recently. Some mole propaganda has popped up. Someone found the Mole Federation on Twitter. I don't know what that's all about, but man, it's crazy.
It's also it's pretty cool,
That's
It's
pretty wild.
it is wild. It's interesting, You guys have that lore. I read the lore the other night. I still got to go back and read over a couple more things because I do want to look for number 237, whatever it is. But it's pretty interesting. The moles and the rabbits, and there's a story behind it. And I think that's you guys. They took the time. You guys took the time to, really put into this project. And like you said, utility is not just staking and getting that coin, and it's not just about having a holders chat. It's bigger than that. And I think that's something that's amazing that we like to see, especially in the CNFT space, because it's a constant, oh, you get this passive reward, or oh, you get this holders chat. Like, you got to switch it up. You got to do something different, because let's be real, in the next 2-3 years, most of these projects in the space are not going to be around. Most of
Yeah,
them, and the ones that do are usually the ones that are taking the time to actually put into their project, and not just, you just said you gave away what, 600,000 worth of 600,000 ADA. Is that what you said? 6,000.
600 that. So yeah, we gave away Yamarashi for Hunt for the Rabbit Run in the ARGs. One of the ARGs just sold on JPEG Store for 35K. We gave away 333 of those tickets. Those were 2K each. We have a bunch of stuff that we've given away to holders just
That's golden.
Like,
That's
yeah,
amazing. Usually they'll do, you guys giving that stuff away. Usually what people will do or what projects will do is they'll make people pay X amount of ADA for that, even when you have a rabbit or you have an NFT in their project, they're going to still make you pay X amount of ADA, 100 ADA, 200 ADA for their next drop so they can make money on it. No, you guys are giving away, free ADA basically. And that's pretty cool. I like that. And that's something that's making an impact in someone's life, like you said. Next question I guess would be Metaverse. I know you guys, the lore is really interesting. I read it. It seems to me like there might be a Metaverse in the future. Is there going to be any Metaverse plan on? And
yeah.
I'd assume you might be creating
So
your own or going into another one of the two.
So we definitely aren't creating our own.
Right.
None of us are programmers, right? So Jeb, who's our we have two founders. We have four people on the core team. Let's start there. So the core team is me, Jeb, who is our founder, and Max, who is our other founder. Jeb runs yeah. Jeb does our lore, does the vision for the project, comes up with new innovative ideas, and he runs a small games company as his main thing. Max is our art director and co-founder. He does all of the rabbit body art and some of the accessories, and then Ragnar does our accessories, or most of our accessories, the glasses, the hats, the jackets, right? And then me, I run our games and events online, and then I help like do collabs and do interviews like this, talk in Twitter Spaces, things of that nature. And so none of us are programmers, right? Like I couldn't tell you the first thing about building a metaverse, and realistically, building a metaverse is not an easy undertaking. And I think a lot of projects that are promising to build one are kind of just delivering something. They're giving a cool roadmap goal that is going to take years and years, because realistically, it's one of the things that they won't be held accountable for because it was over ambitious anyways, right? I don't know how, like, it took Microsoft $500 million and a team of the best developers to build GTA 6, right? Or Rockstar, not Microsoft. I don't know how your PFP NFT team with 3 people is going to do the same, right? It's like, that's not something we are doing. One of the things I will say is, once there is a working metaverse on Cardano, because we do have a handful of metaverse projects that are building here. We have Pavia, Cornucopias. There's a bunch of them. We have a lot, but we have no idea who's going to be, right? Maybe Pavia brings a product and they're the one. Maybe it's Cornu, maybe it's Volterra, but we have no idea. One of the things that we do want to do is we want to have a lounge in whichever one manages to bring a product and actually, get a metaverse going. We want our Dead Warrens, which is like our holders only chat. We want that to be a lounge that people can go hang out, spend time with, and you only get access to if you could be a dead rabbit. We thought that was some metaverse utility that was practical and usable, right? Like, we're not making a metaverse, but there will be one eventually. Right. And so we want a spot for our holders there. But obviously, I don't think anyone in our community would look at our team and go, "Yep, that's the team. They're gonna build the metaverse." Right? This is not what we do. It's not our expertise. It's not where our talents lie. And I think it would be very disingenuous to our community to say, "Yeah, we're gonna do that," when they know damn well, right? They hang out and chat with me. They see my spelling errors. They're like, "This guy's gonna build a wall. He can't build a sentence." So yeah,
it's true. Everything, and especially in the metaverse, it's all speculation right now. Like you said, I mean, I don't think, like you said, a team of 3, 4, 5 people, even like 7 people, that's still not enough to, create a metaverse and create all this stuff. But I think it's smart to do it that way. We ask projects all that all the time, because we know metaverse, gaming, crypto, gaming is going to be huge in the next 3 to 5 years in this space. But you know, I think it's smart to join forces with something that's already being developed, that's well developed at that, you know. But yeah, Pat, you can take the next one.
Yeah, so all right, so like newcomers coming in, any recommendations on like purchasing? Is there any benefits to buying something? I know you said you guys don't worry about floors. I don't know, rarity, certain traits that could benefit you more, holding one, holding two, stuff like that.
Yeah, so a couple of things here. So and again, it's all going to depend on the person, right?
Right.
Everybody has a
Budget, all
different
that.
everybody has a
Absolutely.
different budget, everybody's in a different place, everybody's comfortable spending money on a rabbit picture.
Yep.
Right. And so you have different levels, but there's a couple of levels. So any rabbit is going to get you access to the majority of our games and events. And you know, access to the Dead Warrens, all of those things. We have special ear tag rabbits in the collection where the floor on those is a little higher because there's limited. I think altogether there's like maybe 300 or 400, give or take. And so those have their own special rotating utility events. The ear tags, they have QR codes on them. Those can change at any time. We've changed them, I think, 2 times so far, maybe 3, for each one of the ear tags. And so that will give you access to exclusive things. So for example, if you had one of the ear tags when we did Day of the Rabbit Supreme tickets, we had an event exclusive to those ear tag rabbits. You could only participate if you held an ear tag rabbit. And so it kind of gives you a better chance at winning assets, right? Because where you have, you know, I think we have like 1,600 wallet holders, right? Where you have 1,500 people competing in an event for, you know, 30, 40 prizes. Now you have 120, 150 people competing for a similar, but not so much, like not like it's smaller, but not significantly smaller.
Yes.
Right. Prize pool. And so it gives you a better opportunity to win those. We're very much a pay attention project and a participate project. We do have some passive things coming, but I'd say you get the most value by engaging and paying attention, right? We told prior to the mint, right? We had said many times, scan your ear tags before you sell them, know exactly what you're holding, right? And so we minted out, and then we had a couple holders who were scanning every single ear tag to figure out what the hell we were talking about. And one of our holders bought a 1-of-1 Alien Rabbit God, and the guy had no clue that he was selling it because it was in an ear tag, and the guy didn't pay attention, and the guy didn't scan his ear tag, right? And so that guy got, you know, he was happy to sell his rabbit, made some ADA, and then, you know, our community member who paid close attention got the steal of a lifetime. So yeah, I'd say really pay attention. But ear tag rabbits are a big one. Rabbit Supremes, which is the collection that just dropped. The only way to get them was to burn the 2 rabbits. Those also give access to all of our events. And they have their own unique events. So we just did one for Supremes Deployed, and it was the first time we gave away assets for Roadmap 2.0, which are the Mole Armory keys. And so the only people who have those is we had a game night where we gave away 3 of them, and the people who competed in the Supreme event. That's the only people who have them so far. And so, yeah, I would say you know, buy what you're comfortable with. I'm a huge fan of buying off aesthetic, but you can also buy off of rarity. Some people are rarity snipers. CNFT Tools is official rarity. Also, shout out to that team. Absolutely love working with CNFT Tools, and one of my favorite tools to use in the space.
Yeah.
So a little shill there for them. But CNFT Tools is official rarity, and so if you're, you know, everybody likes different stuff. For me, I like to buy off aesthetics. Right, I'm like, oh, this rabbit looks cool, it's clean, it's neat, whatever. And then other people are like, I really want a top 500, or I really want a top 100, or a top 10 rabbit. So, you know, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you want. I'd say the biggest jump in benefit is the ear tags. But then also we have holder roles, right? So you can be like, if you hold, I think 3 or more, you're a chieftain. If you hold 5 or more, you're a time seer, right? And so sometimes we do events for certain holders that hold a certain number of rabbits.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. So then with the are you guys doing those passes, how many of those are still available? Like once they burn, the ones where you said you have to have 2 rabbits?
Yeah. So those are basically done. I think there's one left.
Okay.
The mint window closes actually in about an hour and a half.
Okay.
So we opened it for 24 hours and all of them minted out except for 5, right?
Gotcha.
You had to send the 2 rabbits in the ticket. We SGS built out the minting service. It was really awesome. Shout out to the SGS team. We've had nothing but great things to say about their team. We've enjoyed working with them. They're absolutely amazing. And so all of them except for 5 minted out the first 24 hours. And so we waited a week and we reopened it for 24 hours. And as of last night, there was only 1 left to be minting. I don't know if it's minted out today or not. I haven't gotten the opportunity to check. But yeah, there's only 1 left. And the only way to do it is to have a ticket. It will eventually mint out. We've said if it doesn't mint out by a certain point, that we will do a raffle to give away the opportunity to mint the last one. But yeah,
and all those were burnt, right? The other one, the doubles, the pairs that were sent in.
Yeah, so they haven't been burnt yet. We have a trading event right now. They're sitting in a wallet that's controlled by our founder, and we're going to do a trading event. We're going to give away 50 slots, and then each person who has one of the 50 slots is going to have the opportunity to trade for a rabbit in the burn wallet 1 for 1. And so we're going to do that trades, and then they'll burn, and at the end of it, it will say 6,000 assets on JPEG Store instead of 6,666.
Cool. That's good to know.
So, oh yeah, I might have to pick up another 1 or 2 rabbits real quick for that trade event.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. There are some cool rabbits in there. That was one of the things we recommended, burning floor rabbits, but not everybody can, right? If you minted your rabbits and you have what you have and you don't have enough ADA to buy another one and you really want a Supreme, like you're gonna burn that rabbit that's a little more rare, but not like, super rare.
Right.
And so I know a lot of people traded down, right? They were like, I have this rare rabbit, he's gonna burn. If somebody wants him, I'll trade him 1 for 1, or I'll trade him in for a rabbit and something. But there's a handful of ones in the burn wallet that I think are very nice. I certainly would love to own them. So we'll see what happens with trading day. But yeah, eventually they're all gonna burn.
In there? Is there barcodes in there?
Are there ear tags? Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think anybody burned an ear tag. I see, that's one of the ones that like I don't think it would make sense for people to do, because if you had to burn an ear tag, you were probably aware enough of the value of the ear tag to say, I'm gonna trade it down and I'm gonna get, some ADA and another rabbit to burn, or another rabbit and another NFT. Like, yeah, we had a lot of people in our trading channel trying to trade into burners, because that's a problem that I had. Right, like I had to pick up burners for my Rabbit Supreme, and so I was over here like, yeah, I have a samurai, I have a rainbow. I'm not gonna burn either of those. So
awesome. Well, is there anything else you wanted to share out there with the community? Anything, any alpha, any extra information you wanted to get out there before we head out of here?
I want to say roadmap 2.0 is coming. The rollout is going to be awesome. We have passive rewards for holders, a lot of things coming in the works, some new innovative stuff that hasn't been done before. Man, do I want to drop the alpha, but I also want to keep what I do. So No, but I want to say thank you guys so much for having me on. It's been a blast.
Thank you.
We should do this again sometime. It's been fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to get anything out, you know what I mean? Even if it's a short 5-minute little thing, we'd be more than happy to do it.
Hey, I'm definitely gonna hit you up because especially as Roadmap 2.0 comes out, I'm gonna. I see that's the thing, right? Like I talk about rabbits everywhere. I'll go into a Twitter space that I'm not a part of, and if they invite me to speak, it's like, yeah, so rabbits is doing this, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll do it
so,
whenever.
yeah. No, you guys have been awesome. I appreciate you having me on, and yeah, this is a blast. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
There you got it, folks. Appreciate you for being on here, Button. You know, we look forward to, you know, seeing what the future brings to this project, Dead Rabbits. You know, we hope nothing but the best to the team and you guys. And, you know, I'm gonna pick me up some more. I know Pat's would have been looking
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go grab one right after this.
Ooh, stop by the Discord, show off what you got.
All right, no
Yes,
problem.
sir. Yes, sir. Again, we appreciate you. Again, that is another episode of Crypto Cliff Notes. We see you guys on the next one. Peace.
See ya.